Boom. We're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the stream. We're going to get back to that format we've been using for the past few weeks. Last week was a little more banter than normal, but I want to get back into the technical stuff. This week, a couple things. I'm working on a 359 Husqvarna chainsaw that it needed the clamp on the intake redone with the metal clamp because it had the rubber clamp on there. So I redid it with the OEM metal clamp. The dealer actually had the metal clamp in the partition wall in stock. So we bought that and we installed that and started on the first pull. I had to put a new head gasket on it, of course, or base gasket. It started on the first pull, factory settings, revved up. I'm like, great. Well, this morning, I said, let me go cut some wood in the backyard. Well, it cut the wood great. It actually cut phenomenal with the factory settings. But I said, let me put a tack on it. Now, remember, factory setting, I think it's 3/4 turn on one and a 1 turn on the other. It seemed like it was revving a little high. So I put a tack on it this morning. And it's supposed to be 2,700 idle and 13.5 max for a 359 Husqvarna. So anyway, I give it and it was like 14.2. I go, let me richen a little bit. So I turn out the high speed, about a half a turn. Didn't make a damn bit of difference. Still 14.2. I go, wait a minute. Let me go a little bit more. So I went to a full turn, all right, from like 1 to 2, still stayed at 14.2. So now I'm thinking maybe an air leak. I know it's not coming from that intake, and I thought that was the majority of the leak. So what I'm going to do, I was talking to Tom and some of the other guys on our stream, on our WhatsApp, and these other areas that we deal with, and they were saying, no, crank seals. I'm like, yeah. And I was just going to replace the crank seals because on 359 you don't have to split the case. You just put the crank seals on, you're done. And Tom's always like, oh, we got to do the vacuum pressure test, which would be a good video. I'll do a video on it because everyone will like that. So I have to find some thin rubber, though. When I did the pressure vac test last time, I had really thick pieces of rubber, and I don't think I had enough pressure on them. I was too afraid I was going to strip out the screws or the threads. So I got some thinner rubber. We're going to try that later on today, and we'll go from there. So the 359 is working. The video I put out today about using steel hardware, I wanted to make a special note of those ridges underneath the heads because they act like a lock washer, especially when you're going into plastic with them to keep it held in. And one of them was for a carburetor. And I made up a bolt myself that I had an M5 or M5 by 0.8. And I put a little collar underneath it, and it worked great. But then I said, wait a minute, this guy's a contractor, he uses it all the time. Is he going to come back in a month and say, hey, it's not running right, what's going on? Well, if the screw loosens up, it's going to pull a vacuum leak or air leak or whatever. So I said, let me get the screw. It was only $2.50. My dealer had it in one day, so I can't complain. So when it comes to factory hardware like that, yeah, buy the factory hardware. You'll save yourself. So let's see who's in the chat real quick, and then we'll get to who's in the basement. Let's see. All right, we got Hank is here. Everyone's saying hello. Glenn is here. Let me scroll up. Johnny with the Tornado. Yeah, it's a Trofeo, right, Johnny? I think he said it's a Tornado Trofeo. I remember those. Everybody's saying hello. Let's see. Peter's here. Mac 210. Mr. Wayne. EP. Who else we got? Tommy Hanlon is here. Everyone's saying hello. Bill Clement. Hello, Bill. And let's see. Like right now, we're talking about this. It's springtime. Everyone's getting busy in the shop. I've got 5 chainsaws, 2 trimmers, 2 blowers, a tractor, and a 0-turn scag coming this week. So it's going to be a busy week. Let me see who else we got here. Klaus is in the basement. We said hello to Klaus. Hey, Tom is here. Hello, Tom. How are you doing? Taylor is here. DK, hello. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. Who else we got here? Everyone's saying hello. I'm almost caught up. Ben is here. Oh, Dick. Hello, Dick. How are you over in Birmingham? Ben is here. Who else we got? I think that's about it. Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. I think I'm almost caught up. I don't know. Speaker? What speaker? I got the headset on. You can't hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, okay? Who else we got here? Oop, hold on. Is that Mick? Who's that? Oh, Mick Hardy. Hello, Mick. Who else we got? John Rhodes is here. Hello, John. We got Randy. Mower one's great. Finally started for the first time. Oh, there you go. Good to hear from you, Randy. Rick Roman's here. Hello, Rick. Oh, where is Rick? There's Rick. Hello, Rick. Let's see. Who else is here? I think I'm almost done with the chat, and then we'll pull up Klaus. I want to go fairly quick through that. When Cliff is here. Hello, Cliff. And what do we got? 36 in the house. Hit the like, everybody. Helps the channel. Let me see. Is that Klaus? Is my sound going heavy to low? Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, Klaus. Oh, really? It's that bad? Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. How about now? All right. Now this is like a control or whatever. I think I might have been leaning on it or something. All right. I may have been leaning on the control. Let's see. Mick Samoa. So Mick just finished your Atco and your other one you had, the real mowers with the Kawasaki's. Who else is here? Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. Okay, we're caught up. All right, so let me bring up Klaus real quick. Hello, Klaus.
I think it is your slim cheeks that may be rubbing on the mic from time.
No. There's no. I took the whiskers off. There's no whiskers. No, nothing.
No.
So anyway, what's going on with you? How's your week been?
Busy. I mean, yeah. I'm hit by spring like I think everybody else. It's crazy. I had the dirtiest lawn. John Clem was giving me a hard time about how I always got the clean mowers, but that's because I turn on the camera after I cleaned them. But yeah, I had the dirtiest mower in a long time. I mean, I've been digging grass out of that thing for an hour and a half. It's been crazy.
And you charge for that, right? You definitely charge?
Yes, I definitely charge because, sometimes I'm more wet than the mower when we are done. It was so dusty you couldn't tell what engine was on it.
Really?
Yep.
Now, what do you electric pressure washer? What do you got?
I got an electric pressure washer. Yeah, 145 psi. I don't know what that is. And yeah,
I saw they have a plug-in Husqvarna one now. I saw an ad.
Oh yeah. But I use a nozzle. It's designed for washing cars, so the pressure isn't too high on it.
Yeah. Do you use the soap thing too? What do they call the foam cannon or whatever? Any
of
that stuff?
No. I use the steel Vario Clean or the Oregon.
Yeah, I can't find the steel stuff here. I'm surprised.
Then try Oregon MX14.
Really? I'm gonna look that up.
That is good stuff. But you want to put it on, let it soak in, and make sure you rinse it off. It's a little hard on aluminum. It's acidic, I think. But it works great it takes off old grass, it takes off grease, dirt, grime, everything. It's really good stuff. And I just cap off the fuel tank, with a plastic sandwich bag in under the cap. Same thing for the oil reservoir for the hydro, and then I go to town.
Interesting. What else are you working on? Any issues come up this week? Any challenges?
No, actually, they've been smooth so far, knock on wood. But the usual: a couple of mowers, one chainsaw, one hedge trimmer.
What was that cleaner number? Oregon what?
MX14.
MX14. Let me see what's available here.
It's got an international number.
Oh, yeah. Well, .eu it says. I don't know.
Huh.
Let me see. Hold on. Oregon products in the U.S. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's only Europe. But
they probably have something similar for the U.S. market.
Yeah, it says Amazon UK Oregon biodegradable MX14. It's like a pinkish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Liquid. Yeah.
Yeah. A little expensive, but again, like the steel Vario Clean, it is really good.
Yeah, 14.5 liter, 54 pound.
Yeah. Sometimes when you get a degreaser, it'll be really good on grease.
Yeah.
But like grass and dried in grass, caked in grass, it won't do that. It'll just do the grease. This stuff takes it all.
Yeah, it's definitely not available in the U.S. though. I wonder if they have a cleaner they have here. That's interesting. Huh.
We can do a little. We can ask the panel out here.
Yeah. Who's got Stella in the basement? Hold on a second. Stella.
Stella, are you faking it today with the background?
No. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I can't see myself, and I've tried to reboot a couple of times, and my camera.
You look great.
No, we can see it.
It's
I have
a
really
little
crappy
choppy,
internet
but
right now. Now you're gone. Now everybody's gone.
Yeah.
But there's no camera, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
We can see you.
Oh, you can? Okay.
yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad you can see me. Yes. Now, really bad internet today, and I can't stay long. I just want to drop in and say hi. How's everybody doing? So, I got.
Wait, Stella,
you're
not going to pick weeds?
Yes, I have to do that. It turned out to be one of those like social events that I tried my best to get out of, and it's just not going to happen.
I thought you meant cannabis, and I was like, have fun.
No. It's like literally, it's like a community garden, and
That's
this is
what
like
I figured,
once a year thing where they all get together and clean up and get it ready to go. And it's just like, why did I say I would do this? I have no idea.
Well, then you can invite everybody over to your garden
Right.
next weekend.
It would be nice if I could, and my garden is even more of a mess than I'm sure where I'm going to wind up. So anyway.
So when you coming home, Stella? When you do home, I should say.
In a couple of days. I'll be back home in a couple of days.
Cool. Now, did you hit any snow where you went or no?
Nope. Nope. Good. Not yet. And I don't plan to either. So not going to do that.
Yeah. All right. Hey, who is this? Do we know this Shawnee Hills? Do we know this person? Do we actually know them?
No, but the logo has a piston in, so we want to.
I'm just wondering where he or she is from. Shawnee Hills. It sounds like Michigan or something. Shawnee Hills. Interesting. Where is Shawnee Hills? We'll see.
I don't know.
Puts it in the comment. A lot of chatting going on.
A lot of people in the chat. That's good.
Yeah.
But before I left, I had that Ryobi pressure washer that had the automatic idle down feature, and the guy who said it like lost all of its oil or whatnot. Yeah. It was low on oil, and I added oil, and I could not get that thing to fail again. So
did you give it back to him?
Yeah, I said, hey man, I'm sorry I can't do it. Pay me the $30 or whatever it is I got to do, and if it keeps failing, then we can come on and work at it.
Stella, you got to learn about marketing. You return and say it works fine now. I fixed it for you.
No, because he'll bring it back in a week and say it failed again. I'm like, it's like it's like when the the guy comes to repair the ice maker on your refrigerator the morning that he's supposed to show up. It starts making ice again. So I don't know what's wrong with it. So anyway,
I think honestly, it's user error. Honestly, I think.
And that, and that might be so because it was leaking no oil whatsoever. And there was no oil on the deck or anything. And somebody like this, I don't think would have been, as conscious to really clean it up. So there was like no oil on the deck. The engine didn't have any gooey, nothing on it at all. It just was dripping from somewhere, and it wound up dripping off the bottom, of the valve cover. So I was like, oh, great, leaky valve cover. And it was not it. Once I wiped it all off, it was done. So I don't know.
But you know how it goes. Guys pressure washing, he yanks the hose and he tips it over when it's running. And
no idea. No clue.
Yeah. But
King Kush, I like that name. King Kush.
But it had one of those like auto idle down features, and a lot of people complain about that. I personally never seen one before, so I did a little bit of research. And typically what most people do is after a year or so, I think there's a lot of corrosion that happens in that cable, and then the fix is just disconnect it and hook the governor return spring back to the normal bracket that's on that Honda mower, because it's got the GCV 200 in it, the new one. So it's not that old.
Let me interrupt you for 1 second. I see everybody in the basement. We're just doing that new routine where each person's going to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
a little bit about what they did for the week in small engine. So I'm going to, Brock, you're first, then Hank's going to be, then Wayne, then Brucey. I do see all of you. So hang
Nice,
tight.
nice.
Hang tight.
But anyway, Lisa, I don't know, if I can't get it to fail, there's nothing I can do to fix it. So hopefully, he says, hey, I'll pay you whatever your minimum is and pick it up and try to work it. And if it doesn't work, then he'll bring it back to me and we'll figure out something else.
Yeah.
I try to be like upfront with people and say, hey, this is what I think it is. And if I can't do it, we go from there. So it works.
King Kush, which valve cover? You're talking like the composite valve cover? What's stuck and where is it stuck? Is there any sticking out or what is it? Let us know like what it is and all that stuff. Brucey didn't do too much. He's home though.
Yeah, Bruce, you lazy bugger.
Bruce,
Get
I'm
out there.
I'm envious of you, Bruce.
All right, Stella, let me bring up Brock. We'll see what he did this week. Hey, Brock.
Klaus, this is for you.
Thank you, honey.
go.
Looks great. Looks fantastic.
So what'd you end up doing this week, Brock? Any good small engine stuff?
I did that little chiller. That was kind of interesting that the bowl was missing on that thing, but $20 for
the bowl was
Chinese
missing
unit.
or just the gasket?
The bowl, the whole bowl was
Oh,
missing.
oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That
I think that's
sounds
the
like
one. I
somebody
think I
tried to
comment.
fix something.
Yeah, I think I commented Chinesium to the rescue.
Yeah, Chinesium to the rescue. Yeah.
But you know how that's been happening in the garage. Honey, I'm just going to take this bowl off. I took it off. I don't know how to put it back. We need a new chiller. That's how it is.
Hey, it's better than being out in my driveway, some bink, and you're like,
Yo.
oh
Crap.
Especially during leaf season, you're like, oh,
Oh yeah, leaf season's the worst.
yeah.
You know that little a roller bearing that's on the chainsaw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bearing,
I lost
bearing.
that one. Yeah, I lost that one in the woods. Never found it.
No.
Nope.
It's out there.
Nobody
It's out there.
ever greases those, and I had one literally seize so bad it overheated and melted the whole chain brake.
Oh, I've
Wow.
seen that happen too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
With me, if when a saw is in for service, I mean, I will. If it looks good, I'll grease it, but I just replace them. They're cheap. You
Yep.
just replace them.
Oh, you better believe I bought 3 of them.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do it again.
No.
Because that stops you right in your tracks. You can't go no further,
Yeah, you're done. Yeah.
Now King Crush is talking about I guess he broke a bolt in the head
Oh.
where the valve cover goes. There's a lot of ways, there's a lot of videos on how to get that out. I mean, we start out with the easy out. You try and drill it with an easy out. Some people go in there with a nut and put a little weld in there with a MIG welder.
I always start with a left hand drill.
It depends though, is any of it sticking out or did it break inside, flush or below?
Those bolts, yeah, they're in there tight, but if it hasn't been, where they crawl out, where it hasn't been following the service bulletin, then there's no Loctite in it. It may just come out with a left-hand drill.
Yeah.
If not, it's actually not difficult. It's not stuck in there.
And left-handed drill bits to the rescue. I had to do that this week on that tiller I was working on.
Yeah.
But,
So,
buy good quality high-speed steel drills. Don't buy the Chinesium.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
Snap.
Because there's so many of them. They look good. They the gimmick and everything. But you get it home and it's junk.
Yeah.
And Kinkosh, I also say in those quarters where you have that thin aluminum, the easy outs, they are, what do you call that? They start small, then they become.
But there's
fatter,
different types of those.
They're like fluted, and what they do is they will break off, and that's what I did. It broke off part of the boss.
But what
So
I've
I
been
had to
using,
repack the entire thing to a 6 millimeter.
yeah,
I have some that are they're square in shape with sharp edges. So you drill a hole, you find one, and you tap it in with a hammer, and it usually comes right out.
I like the
because
easy
it's
out.
too small.
I
I
like
had
the
like
easy.
tiny.
Sorry, Kenny.
That's all right. No. I have a set of easy outs I bought though that have the square end, not the spiral that goes to a point. It's actually got a little square on the end, and they seem to bite in a little bit better. so you don't, because some people you'll have to drill like a micro drill way the hell down and get that real skinny looking unicorn horn, all the way in there, and then those inevitably snap. But I found that the ones that have like a square end on them, you only have to drill it in maybe, a 3/16 of an inch, not even, and it'll bite, and then you could turn it, But left-hand drills too, progressive left-hand drills, up higher, until
for the rescue. As long as you start off centered and you're going in straight, those left-hand drill bits will fix it.
Yeah. Hey man, Brucey said it right. Ain't nothing easy but easy out.
That's right.
That's right.
That's true. No. That is true.
And if you bought the cheap set, you're really screwed.
Yeah.
I've had this set for 20 years. This easy out set.
I think I've only snapped one or two. All right, let me. You know what I saw the other day? I'll bring up Hank first, real quick. Hey, Hank. I saw a video. There's a new tool out there, and I'll see if I can drop the link in the description. It's a carbide. It's even harder than carbide. It's designed to mill out taps. It's actually it's harder than a tap, and you could actually put it on a drill press or a mill and literally mill out the broken tap. So
what is that called? That's harder than carbide.
I don't know what it's called, but I ordered a set of those extractions.
Well, like carborundum or something that's harder.
Yeah,
than
something
carbide.
like that. It almost sounds like carbide. Yeah.
No, I'll look it up. I'll see if I can put the link in there. Hank, what's going on?
Not much. Now, is it a Courage or is it the other Kohler?
Command.
Command.
Yeah.
Command. Yeah.
King
Which
Crush.
one is it, Courage or Command? Because if you can weld a nut on the end of the broken nut and back it up.
He says it's below. It's like below flush.
Below flush?
Yeah, he says it's a little below, so this way he doesn't have a lot of room in there.
Yeah, so if it's a Courage, you could basically use a left-handed drill bit, and it'll come out because
it's Command.
Oh, I've heard this too with TGM, the torque spits. I've used those before too. You drill a hole and you take the torque spit just a little bit bigger, you smack the bit in there, and it'll grab too. I've done that.
Yeah. But the triangular square ones are probably the best.
Yeah.
The other ones are they'll snap.
I knew Hank would know. He knows all that. Well, it's a lot of die and tapping that is a lot to do with welding too,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was awful cold out there today, man. I went out there to do some work, and my hands froze.
I was following the sun.
I was in the sun too, and it was still cold. Had that little breeze.
Oh, wait, hey, Kohler Command.
Command.
It's a Command.
Yeah, CH25, so it's a horizontal.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. What do we got here? Recently experienced conflicting piston rings used before after a certain data manufacturer. What's the engine though? Do you have a technical service bulletin? I don't know offhand. I mean, I've seen rings that have been overheated lose their temper and they smoke like crazy in a Honda. I've had that happen before. But Briggs, I haven't seen that. If you have a model type and code or even a technical service bulletin number, that would help.
Yeah, some of the chrome rings are terrible.
Yep. But what else are you working on, Hank? This week, you doing any cleaning? Or what are you doing?
Yeah. I mean,
I know you're doing tool shop, and you showed us that.
Well, constantly on that. I just picked up two John Deere covers and from Temu, and actually they're
how long did it take you to get? Was it the full 2 weeks or
no? It wasn't.
I was gonna say, you talked to me the other day and I go, yeah, you just ordered it, and I'm like, then you said you got it like 3 days later.
Well, even that balancer is in Springfield right now, so I should be able to get it Monday.
Hank is closer to China than you are, I guess.
Yeah.
I get it. But I tell you, I kind of price different, same quality.
Yeah. It seems like there's some real good values,
Yeah. Well,
but remember, it's Chinesium, so don't expect it to act like real steel or real aluminum or real whatever.
Amazon carries the same thing, and it's like
that's true. And I noticed too with the Amazon Prime, you're paying for it. You look up the Amazon without the 2-day
they
shipping.
Tell you you're getting free delivery. No,
well, it's $5. It's $5 for regular delivery. It's $7 because you're Prime and you get it in a day. Well, you're paying the $2.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let me bring up Mr. Wayne here. Hold on. Boom. Hey, Wayne.
Wayne.
Hello,
Wayne,
gang.
How you doing, Wayne?
What's
Good,
going
good.
on? What happened in your week? Anything good?
Yeah, Jake got a Kubota riding tractor in, or not a Kubota, it was a Husqvarna. That
Uh-huh.
one's for close.
Nice.
A
Thank you.
Husqvarna riding mower in, and the customer had called the dealer up to find out why he would have lost his drive.
Hmm.
And they said it could be a belt, it could be the transmission, but
Pulley.
they said you've got a non-serviceable transmission on that mower.
Yeah.
So he called up Jake, and Jake says, normally we don't work on transmissions.
The
but we'll
hydro,
take-
Wayne? Hydro?
Yeah, hydrostatic. Yeah.
Yep.
So he says, we'll take a look at it for you. So the guy brought it down, and
What was it, Hank? Our hydro gear, or what brand was it?
yeah, it's it was a tough torque,
Okay.
good transmission.
Yep.
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 So anyways, Jake unbolted the wheels off the back, and
Mhm.
we jacked up the rear end, and we, rotated the tires while they were on, and they're going in opposite directions like they're supposed to be. Then we took the brake disc and rotated it, and everything's working.
Yeah, but wait,
there.
hold on. It was a hydro though. It wasn't a.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah. So anyways, there's a sight plug that you could pull
Yep.
out on the side of the transmission.
Yep.
Yep.
It's got like an Allen key,
Mhm.
and I don't know why they don't put the Allen key fitting in that plug a bigger size than what they do. It's pretty small.
Uh-huh.
And it took a lot of force to break it free to get it
Mhm.
out of there.
Yeah.
Then we took a wire and put it down inside to check if there was any, like bent a piece of wire down inside to check
Yeah.
oil level.
Yep.
Couldn't see any on the wire. So
Oh.
we went and
Let
got
me
a
ask you
piece-
though, was it axle seals or what was it?
No. But on the face,
Yep.
if you're looking from the engine part to the face of the tranny,
Yeah.
there was a lot of oily grass on there.
Oh, okay.
And he had blown everything out just in case it was grass that was built up that was stopping something from moving properly. Well, anyways, we took this Tygon tube, about 3 feet of Tygon, hooked it up to a 60 milliliter syringe,
Mhm.
started sucking up tranny fluid like we used a John Deere 56
Yeah. Yeah.
transmission fluid,
Mhm.
started pumping it in 1.9 liters later.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that where the hex plug is? The
It's-
fill? It's the fill port. So once it drains out of that plug, you're
Yeah,
full.
but
Okay.
there's no fill port on the top.
Ah.
So we had to put it in with this syringe at 60 milliliters at a time.
Yep. Yep.
So then, anyways, we your release for the hydro. We pushed that back in, and when you're pushing it, nothing's
Yeah.
working. But as we started to push it outside of the shop,
Yeah.
you could feel the pump starting to grab the oil.
Huh.
And we said, "Oh, this could be success." So then
Yeah.
Jake ended up bleeding it,
Yeah.
and thing runs like a charm. And the guys went from having a piece of $400 lawn tractor that is a parts tractor to back to a good operational machine, except he's
Working lower.
going to lose oil.
Yeah. I know a lot of times on those, you go forward, then slam reverse, then forward and reverse,
Yeah.
and that's usually how you bleed them.
But he was 1.9 low.
Wow.
And the
Wow.
thing didn't call for service. Like that service manual doesn't call for service.
But I wonder
until-
where did it go though? Did it go out the fan seal where the fan is on top?
No,
And
it looked like it's I'm gonna guess that
you think it was low
when
from the
it's
factory?
heating up and it's expanding, it leaked out
But leak out what? Leak out a
of
vent?
the seal. But
Okay.
it's not coming out of the axle seals.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Somebody's got room service.
Yeah.
I
What
was
you
going to
got
say,
there?
what was the delivery? Wayne?
Oh yeah, sandwich. Hey.
Whoa! What is that?
Whoa,
What do you
we
eat,
got
Wayne?
some
Wait, what is
Ham
that?
and cheese.
Oh,
Ham and
right.
cheese.
What kind of cheese?
You got the pepper jack.
No, just cheddar.
Ah.
Nice.
All right, let me bring up Mr. Brucey here. He's the last one in the basement right now. What's going on there, Bruce?
Lunch.
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 Hi, Bruce.
Hello.
What's going on now that you're back, Bruce? Anything good?
Nothing.
Any
I got
more
a-
snow up there or what?
Yeah, we've been getting snow every 3 days or so.
Really? Wow.
But it's just right. Like we're so dry, right? I hate
Yeah.
shoveling, and I'm not shoveling, but it snows 3 centimeters and melts, and snows 3 centimeters and melts. So that's really good for the farmers and the
That's
forest.
1.2 inches for those of us
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
lower 48.
Yeah,
Those flowers are gonna come in good this year. Then.
they will.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that King Kush should do on that broken bolt first is try a center punch.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've taken out broken blade bolts out of crankshafts that were a ½ inch down inside by taking a center punch and just going and getting it to rotate to the left. And then once you break it free, it's coming right out.
Yep.
Sometimes they're in the threads and they're not even stuck in there. It's just broken off inside.
Yeah.
Inside
The sleeve part, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody must have put them on with an impact gun because you're only supposed to use 71 pounds of torque on overhead valve cover bolts.
Armor tight.
Armor
71 pounds. That's about it.
I saw that one, Hank. The guy's talking Spanish to me.
What does that mean?
He wants to see how you change the oil on a all-wheel drive front-mounted Husqvarna rider.
Oh,
Yeah, like that's going to happen. But
Yeah.
it's one of the few secrets I keep to myself because if it showed that, I have nothing left in this game.
All the tricks are out of the bag.
Hank,
No more ta-da.
Hank, did you put something in the private chat?
yeah,
Yes,
What is that?
for me?
that's for Klaus.
Oh, okay. I'm looking. I thought it was some spam. Some Mexican woman wanted to have sex with me.
It says Jose. I hope not.
Yeah,
No.
There's
Sometimes
nothing wrong with that, Klaus. Just so you
So
know.
what- yeah. Now, sometimes I get these. I don't know why. Sometimes there'll be a Spanish comment in my videos,
Oh,
which I have absolutely no idea what it says until I translate it,
Yeah.
and I usually don't reply to them. I mean, because if they don't have the presence of at least writing English,
Well, they think you're speaking Spanish when you're talking.
no habla español, sir. No. Mañana.
Stella was talking about the left-hand drills. The best ones are the ones that got the guides in them. I think they're called. They're used for door hinges.
Yes.
Get the left-hand drills
Well,
with the guides in them. That way, if the bolt's broken inside, you know you're centered up.
Well, I've seen those. And the drill bits I have are an Irwin set. It's
Yeah,
like
Irwin's
a set of 5 of them, and they're
you just
really
got to make
good.
sure you're high-speed steel, though. At least high-speed.
Yeah, it is.
or
It is some sort of
cobalt
high-speed steel, and
Yeah.
it has saved me. The only time I haven't been able to make it work is if I don't wind up going in perfectly straight and centered. The centered part is easy if you hit it with a center punch, but going in straight when you're like really trying to push on something like that, and you don't know if you're up or down or whatever, it's just hard to do. So I got lucky this time. Well, sort of lucky, but it eventually came out with just going up in a graduated size. It finally came out with I think the second or third drill bit I used to get the thing out. So anyway.
Hey, Brucey, have you done anything this week with it? Has anyone asked you to work on anything or no?
I got a call from a guy 3 weeks. He called me and left a voicemail on my phone, and I phoned him up and he got it fixed because I was 3 weeks out from Mexico, right? And then just yesterday, a gentleman in Edmonton gave me a link to Facebook, and there was a Honda Bagger lawnmower there for $50, but it's an hour out of town. So, that's another $20 for fuel. It's up to $70. It's a non-runner, so I didn't take it.
Frank needs the exercise.
He does. I haven't even moved it. I just started it when I got home, and that's it. I'm not driving right now. I can't shoulder check.
Oh, okay.
Ouch.
Sorry to talk about it. I will leave it alone.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Can I ask something? Do you guys know who Jim is from Not Too Fast for You to See? Do you guys know? Does anybody?
I know
who
the
he is?
channel. I know the channel. Yeah.
He hasn't
I do
made
not.
he hasn't made a video in 7 months, and we're all of us guys that follow him are worried about him.
Oh.
We even tried to creep him on Google to see if we could find his phone number and stuff like that, and we haven't. Just if anybody knows anything about Jim from Not Too Fast for You to See, it's NOT, like the number 2, the letter U. There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Look at, he's got 17,000 subscribers. Like he's a major player, and
Yeah.
he just disappeared.
Yeah, 10 months ago. Wow.
Wow. 10 months.
Yeah, interesting.
That's
It's kind of
And then
sad.
look-
huh?
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, see nothing in this community page.
Well,
Oh.
gentlemen, I have to leave. And believe me, I'd much rather be here than pulling weeds in a community garden. So
Oh,
Just
I sort of got
Just don't-
dragged into that. But
don't
you
pull
know,
the wrong weed, you know.
I
no,
know,
you're
I
not much of
know.
a gardener. Do you know the difference between a weed and a good plant?
Well, I'm hoping that they just make me run the wheelbarrow around. That's what
There you
I'll
go. There
do.
you go,
there
buddy.
you go.
Anyway,
Sorry to tease you.
but I want to come and say hi. So anyway, I will talk with you guys later. Be safe, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Check out the
Yeah.
barbecue there, Stella. You're in barbecue heaven there.
Yep, I will, man. Thank you, Kenny. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
Sorry, I was mean.
Mick has his number.
He says
Oh,
he
he,
does.
Mix.
Mick,
Oh, Mix
For
says he
Jim?
has.
Oh, his email.
oh, I tried to email him. Got nothing.
Yeah, interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've seen the channel. Is he younger or older, Bruce?
He's older and he's got hands like sausages, fingers like sausages, and he never shoots his face, ever. He has his hands in front of the camera and he does that.
Yeah,
Real-
no, I do remember the channel. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I even asked. He's really big into Road King, and Road King doesn't know either.
That's one place I like to go because he's only 2 hours from me.
Yeah,
Road King and Mike and all them, they're literally 2 hours down the road from me. So,
I think he's almost done the truck. He's doing small engines again.
part number
Yeah.
733.
121 videos on that truck.
Yeah, it was getting a little.
Yeah, he
stale.
doesn't care about how many views he gets or anything. He just plugs along.
Yeah, yeah. He's cool. He's super
He is cool. Everett. His name is Everett.
Everett, yeah.
Everett. Yeah.
Cool.
Great
Did
guy.
everybody see the tool I had on the
Mhm.
thumbnail? I was looking at a video today because I'm working on a Husqvarna 359, and I'm probably going to do the seals. I was talking to Tom about it, and he's like, "Oh, I got to do the pressure vac test." I'm like, "Tom, it takes 2 seconds to put the damn seals in. Why don't I just put the seals in?" "How do you know that's where the leak was?" "Well, I'll know when I run it and the
Now
high
you
speed
know.
through."
Yeah.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I
Won't
adjusted
idle.
it. I adjusted it. No, it's idling great. The clamp on the intake was the old plastic clamps, which are bad. I put the steel clamp on it, put a new base gasket on it, started on the first pull, put the factory settings on the carburetor. It started, ran, and took throttle, and I cut a piece of wood. It was perfect. I said, let me tack it now, because I always use a tachometer. So I put the idle at 2,700. It was around 32. Put it on 27. The chain still wasn't spinning, so I could even keep it at 3,000. It's no big deal. But the high speed supposed to be 13.5 on a 359 Husqvarna. It was tacking out about 14.2, a little high. So I said, let me turn out the high speed screw. So I went about a half a turn, figuring that should be good enough. Still 14.2. I go, wait a minute. So I go another half a turn. That one full turn over where it was, still 14.2. That's an air leak. If it's not reacting with one full turn, that's an air leak. So when I talked to Tom, he's like, "Oh, you got to vac." I said, "Tom, I have the seals. You don't have to split the case on a 359.
Nope.
I can just pop them in, pop them out." But then I noticed this tool that I put in the thumbnail for this stream that Husqvarna sells, which I said to Tom, he's into the lathe and all that stuff. I said, it's a very simple, it almost looks like a socket, if you will, with a thread turned on the bottom. You screw that in so it grabs the metal part of the seal, okay? And then you just have a pusher stud and you pop it out.
Okay.
And I go, you know what? That'd be a nice little lathe project,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I was thinking about
And
it.
also
but-
because the threads on it sort of goes inwards.
yeah, it's a taper on the bottom.
Yeah,
Taper.
taper, yeah.
You actually cut the taper first, then you thread the taper. Okay, you set your tool post on an angle, thread the taper. So that way you're digging slightly into the actual metal part of the seal, and then pop it out with a. I tell you, it's a nice.
I
little
usually just screw in a wood screw and then.
Yeah, but very,
pliers.
very thin section on these seals. I wouldn't want to nick the crankshaft in that seal area. You know what I mean?
What does the other part?
I
What does the rest?
give it. I'm sorry, bro. I
Yeah.
give it a little bit
That's
of
all right.
RTD when the new one comes in.
Here, I'll show you. Hold on, I'll put it up in
There
the
must
chat.
be
Hold
a
on.
quick taper under, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, short
The
taper.
taper is around a 30-degree taper, Hank.
Yeah.
But the way the thread is, by having a 30, they sell a large and a small size Husqvarna, so you can go from the smaller saws to the larger saws depending on what the diameter of the ID of the metal part of the seal is. Okay, but it's kind of cool. And I looked at it, I go, I can make something like that. That's no big
Oh
deal.
yeah.
you know. But right now I've got one of those ones from Lyle where it's got that little, looks like a screwdriver with the end that you swivel a little bit with
Yeah.
the little dog that hangs down and you pry off of that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I
Which
got.
they work. Yeah, they work. But this thing is cool. I saw it on 2 different videos. There's a guy I've been watching. His name is Bodie. He's called Novice Lumberjack. He's got a bunch of saw videos out there, and he's got a ton of stuff. But anyway, he used it. There's another guy who I think he visits the channel. I'm trying to think of his name. But he was using the exact same tool. And I'm like, wait a minute. I said, why haven't I heard of this tool before? So I
Yeah.
did a search for Husqvarna seal extractor, they call it. Well, actually, they just call it extractor. That's the Husqvarna name is extractor. But if you look up extractor Husqvarna, it comes up with like a vacuum cleaner. You know, that's right. Because I was looking for it. I go, what the hell? But then I put in the Husqvarna seal extractor.
Try that on the Husqvarna.
Yeah, so I put seal extractor, and they came up. There's 2 different sizes that they sell, but the way it's so simple, I'm like, damn, I can make that. You know, even if I was to modify a socket, just take a socket, grind down the tape around the end, put it on the lathe, and cut a couple threads. You know, easy to do.
But steel has an oil seal extractor, but it looks like a regular.
But steel has a kind with the 2 bars that come down with like a bearing extractor. You know what I mean? This is just purely screw it in. It pushes back the rubber, grabs on the metal cut portion of the seal, and then you just jack it out. It's really really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can share the picture. You guys can talk amongst yourselves.
Sure I'm pretty sure I have the steel one.
Let's see what I got here. Hold on.
Bruce, did you get your shipment?
Yeah.
Good.
I got to make I was just telling Kenny I got to make the video now.
Yeah. Hey, Brock.
Yes.
When you ordered that aftermarket carb, I thought to myself, Brock's just going to take that carb bowl, he's going to take that gasket, and he's going to put it on the OEM carb, and we're back to original. And nope.
I was tempting to do it, but you know how it has that that cutoff, for the fuel built into it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's really crunchy,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, man, I'm kind of afraid to put it all on there and then it leak,
Oh,
so
okay.
I just kind of, it's really crunchy. You can kind of like feel almost like some grit in there.
Oh yeah, that's a black handle.
I stuck one of my pipe cleaners in there and I sprayed it out and I blew it out with the compressed air, and I tried everything to get that grit out, but I can't get it out.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Cool.
I like it.
Yeah, that is cool.
It's just a piece of tubing or thin-walled steel with a wrench flat on the bottom. You put an adjustable wrench on or a regular wrench, and a T-handle. You can use anything, even a socket head cap screw. But on the bottom, it's tapered, so you can use it for like 3 or 4 or 5 different size diameters of the seal. You screw it in with a wrench, and then jack it up. I think it's simple yet ingenious. They sell for around $20 to $30, depending on who you buy it from.
Yeah.
And it goes with the axle in.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the crankshaft.
Yeah, well, it's upside down in this picture.
Yeah, crankshaft.
Yeah, and you screw it in. It could go on either. Well, he said it works better on the clutch side because you have more room on that side. It didn't work on his PTO. No, I'm sorry. It worked on the PTO side. It didn't work on his clutch side. One of them, it had too much stuff in the way, supposedly. But they sell 2 different sizes, so maybe one will work where the other one won't. But I just thought it was ingenious. And to me, that's a quick and dirty project,
It almost looks like
I think you can make that. Yeah.
Well, it almost looks like that piston stop that Stella and I made.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought,
It does.
Yeah.
Kenny, by the way, did you see what I sent you on your WhatsApp on steel screws and bolts?
Sent me how, Klaus?
I sent you a link in WhatsApp.
What's that?
Not in the comment, but the one yours.
Hold on.
Yeah, you're going to be doing some shopping, my friend.
Okay, Brucey, I got your mail.
Never have enough tools.
You can tell I'm not doing anything. Eh?
It's not tools. It's screws and bolts for steel.
Hey, Wayne, did you hear?
Between 10 and 15 cents each.
Did you hear anything from Married with Small Engines? Did you hear from them?
No, they got. No, I actually emailed. I'm surprised they don't come up because unless it's possible they don't have StreamYard.
Yeah, but no. They could be
blowing up
today.
right
No.
now, man.
Hey, hold on. Today, what's the time zone there, Wayne? Where they are?
It's got to be the same as us.
Okay, so 2:45 on a Saturday afternoon, they could still be working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be.
Because I mean, we're on here because we know this, but most people work till 4 or 5 on a Saturday. You know.
Yeah, she got
Yeah,
7,000 now
Yeah.
already.
And
Oh
I
yeah,
think
they're
crazy,
blowing up,
crazy,
man. Like
yeah.
I think she's been doing a video every day, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It seems that way.
And
yeah.
that shop looks really nice, actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
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 Now I told the chubby butcher, I said he's got to get his wife on when they're
Yeah.
doing cooking, and she won't go on. I said it increases views immensely.
Oh, definitely.
Steph won't do it.
She just shows up in the background every now and
Well,
then.
if I change my channel to Ken and Mrs. Potty Mouth, small engine repair, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's clickbait.
Yeah.
That's clickbait.
And it works.
It does. It does.
Not when you're our age.
Yeah, they got a new contraceptive for people over 40.
Yeah.
It's called
What's
nudity.
it called? What's it called? A mirror?
No, it's called
A
nudity.
mirror.
Yeah, nudity.
And nudity.
That's so bad. I'm sorry.
It's called reality.
That's my kind of humor. I'm
Don't
sorry.
tell our secrets.
Yeah.
Hey, look at Boats. What's going on, Boats? Haven't seen you in a while. Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Now,
but
you know that dielectric spring that works on the Kohler auto chokes?
Yeah.
Push
Yep.
blowers that hooks up to the muffler?
Yes.
Have you guys ever ended up with them where they get weak, where it seems like it takes forever for that spring to open
Yeah,
and choke
I've
up?
replaced them
Yeah.
on
I
Toros
got
and other
on-
mowers. Yeah.
I tried
Yeah,
it
they're
on
on
Brixton's.
Hondas, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we just had a guy in, and I felt bad for the guy, like it wouldn't run.
Yeah. But
You
you got to
wanted-
watch those sometimes, though, Wayne, because the linkage on those, how it goes up and then back down.
Yeah,
Sometimes, oh no, that's screwed up. They bend them straight, and it's
No.
not right. You know.
this one
Always
went
been this way.
actually, this one went underneath the overhead valve cover, kind of went over top of it, so it had all kind of clearance.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
was-
And it's got that weird.
Yeah, it's got that
U-shaped
U-shaped
wrap.
bend,
that goes
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So I checked out the price for him to replace it. It was another $70 plus
What?
shipping just for that
Holy
part.
God.
I've got $500 worth of those in my shed.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I got to look in the back, see if
We got-
I've got
That's
anything.
a real common mower here. Real.
But I said the one thing you could do, and I said I was wondering why the plug, when I took the plug out, the plug was so carboned up, but
Mhm.
because it wasn't running, I didn't know. So I cleaned the plug up, tested it in the tester that Wayne Dogenay sent us. And, I'm going to tell you, you could see a major difference from a clean plug
Mhm.
and a carboned up plug. Like it's
Oh, yeah.
amazing on the spark difference.
Mm.
Anyways, cleaned up the plug. Once we got it running, the carb clean, took the ethanol out of the carb bowl and everything.
Mhm.
Like as soon as I fired it up, I said, "Oh shit, that's why the thing's carboned up so much. It's not pulling off a choke fast enough."
Mm.
Right.
So I'm sitting there with a clamp on it, waiting for it. Then all of a sudden, you could hear it starting to pick up slowly. Yeah. So I said, the spring's got to be on the weekend, almost going to be
Okay.
finished.
So I think they get dirty in there too. I've taken carb clean and squirted it right into that little box.
I sprayed I sprayed I sprayed everything on that thing.
Is that, did you try and kind of tighten and loosen the spring on the shaft? It's like twist it 3 or 4 times in
No,
and out. Like
I've
this?
had it where it just got stuck, where you go like this
Yeah.
a little bit, like back and forth, and it frees
it's
up.
working, but it's
Yeah.
working.
Yeah,
It's
slow.
taking forever,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Well, had it
Although
too
I
slow.
did have one problem one time on a Toro recycler where literally grass clippings were on the choke shaft on top of the carb, holding the butterfly literally
Open.
1.5 millimeters open. And it took my friend 2 pulls to start it. And she's like, it's got to go 1 pull. And that's all it was. I took the grass clippings out, it closed the choke, and it started on the first pull. That's all it
Now,
was.
have you ever seen the video where the guy converts that system? You've got your little diaphragm package that's got the rod that goes to the choke lever, plus you've got the dielectric spring linkage that goes to the choke lever, where the guy actually uses that bracket
Mhm.
and he turns it into a manual choke.
Oh, mayo choke.
yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that on 2, and it's, you know what? I'm going to tell you, that design of automatic choke is the worst thing I've ever seen designed.
Mhm.
Like, it's just terrible. It's not terrible when it's working right, but when you got to start paying for the part to fix it. But the auto choke, just put it on there, use that little bracket to hook up the cable, and It works like a charm.
Doesn't that lawnmower have a wind vane as well to bring the choke
No,
off a little faster?
Now, there's one of the best is the wind
Yeah,
vane. I don't know
wind
why
vane.
they ever got rid of that design. On everybody should have used that.
Yeah, I thought the one I worked on had a wind vane instead of the secondary vacuum release or whatever it is.
I just love a good old primer.
No kidding.
yeah.
Eh?
That too.
Yeah.
Except in California.
Well, they don't like anything, so everybody.
No, I don't like nothing. Now look what I got in the mail.
Oh, you got it.
Ooh, nut wax.
Oh, and I think the code was Eliminator 15. It was 15% off. I
Give
forgot
that
to
to
give you
Steph.
the
Give that to
15.
Steph.
And you
Just,
got
hey,
three,
Brock, when it starts to burn, dial 911.
Oh yeah,
you got 3 containers too, huh? You need a
yeah.
lot.
I did.
And I got to tell you, you might only use it once a year, but the aggravation that it's gonna like. I'm going to tell you, it's amazing to have that, just to have it.
You make-
Happy birthday, Mrs. McCarty.
That's why I latched on to you guys, man, because you guys know your stuff. So I suck it all in, you know. It didn't
And
sound right.
you'll be 105 years old before you use all of it.
Yeah.
You know what kills me is when a brand new lawnmower comes in and I've never worked on it before, like the Honda 170 with the what do you call it, with the bad decompression release warning.
Oh, man.
You get one of those and it's like, oh, okay, I got to go back to school and learn about this thing. You know? But most of the stuff I see is 3 years old or older. Most people take.
It's actually very nice to work on. I mean, the whole plastic shrouding. There's one securing screw. The rest just clicks off, and it's.
Well, about a year ago, Stella was working on one, and she says it's a really nice design. And then that decompression alarm came out.
Yeah. But you know, I have a 170 and a 200 that comes in every year. They're both on those Clippo mowers, and they've been coming in for the last 3 years. And they both have the serial codes that are questionable, you know. But they both run great, no problem.
But it's a big job to fix that. When
it is. It's a crankcase crack.
Oh, you got
yeah, on a Honda
piston.
But I told the guys, the owners, that if it does this and this, you got to take it back to where you bought it, and they will fix it. You know,
right?
Because I'm pretty sure I can do it, but I charge them.
Yeah.
So it makes no sense. But they and I checked the serial numbers on them, and they're both in this range that can have the problem,
right?
But neither have. And Honda's usually pretty good. I mean, even after 3, 4, 5 years, they usually fix it for you. Yeah.
Close. The ones you're seeing there that are working still, they were made on either a Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Thursday. But the ones that are made on Monday and Fridays got trouble.
Here's what Clem's got going on.
Wow.
That's the ventilation option on the deck.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a blade went through there.
Yeah, it almost does.
It did. No, it did. That's what it is.
It almost did.
It almost did.
Came off the spindle.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There's a better one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man.
So what they Johnny, what did you say they hit? One of those you know, those things that screw into the ground when you have a camper or something to retain like tents and stuff, those triangular looking things that screw into the ground. You know. We used to use them for dog runs. You know, you screw them to the ground, put a dog run.
Yep. We have something called property poles that they sort of define the line between you and your neighbor. And it's a steel pipe that's hammered in a lot.
Mobile homemaker. There you go.
If you hit that with your lawnmower,
done.
They put a piece of galvanized metal in the ground on the property line, but they bury it. So if you have right now, I'm in a property dispute with my neighbor, and I found it with a metal detector, and he won't believe me.
Huh.
Yeah, well, normally they're underground, Bruce. Yeah, you're right.
A lot of sometimes they'll define them in a concrete with a brass centerpiece.
Not here.
Hold on, we got an old friend in the basement. Hold on. Boats. What's going on?
Hey, Boats, where you been?
Last time I saw you, I think you were falling off a chair.
I thought he had no. I thought he had like a new motorhome or something was going on.
Yeah, trailer.
Or something.
A new trailer.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Oh.
I got my traveling whatever out of me.
So what? Wait,
smart man.
I mean this geographically. What state are you in?
Florida.
There you go. Okay, so back in Florida. All right.
Yeah, down by Naples.
Yeah.
Fort Myers,
South of there.
south of there.
Yep. I got a new roommate.
Oh,
That's cute.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's cuteness overload right there.
Yeah. How old is that? How old is that?
That's a golden, eh?
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
We
How
had
you
a
been?
golden.
Everything good?
Yep.
Oh, good. Good to see.
We had a golden, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Little busy with training them.
Yeah, they got teeth.
Oh, you think he's an alligator?
Yeah, ours ate the garden hose, and then it chewed the extension cords for the car plug-ins.
As long as they weren't plugged in.
Well, that's how I got her to stop.
My buddy had a cat that chewed on the Christmas lights, literally blew out half of its lip.
Yeah,
And every time it would eat food or drink, it would come out the side.
that's what I did.
How do you bark like? Huff, huff, huff,
Yeah.
This is-
It could. It'd be like huffing about.
huff, huff.
this
Now,
is-
now
Oh,
my
okay.
girl, when she was a pup, she would look out the window and we thought it was so cute. Now she was over there eating the windowsill.
Wait,
Yeah,
look at Mick.
yeah.
Mick, the first thing he does is look for the luggage. Okay?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's laid up, eh?
Mick, you're gonna like his name. His name fits him. His girth.
Girl.
Wait, that's Mick's old nickname, isn't it?
I'm calling him Augustus Gloop.
It's a long name.
Oh, just probably Gus.
Yeah.
But he's going to be a chunk.
More food? Hey?
No, coming to get money out of the tip jar.
Oh, no. But he doesn't make his own lunch when I'm not here because he's just a baby.
Boy, I
And
love it.
I got her flowers yesterday too, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Just disrespectful.
Yeah.
Trudy's ready to trade me in.
I think Lori's ready to trade me in too, Bruce. We'll get a place together.
Yeah. In Winnipeg.
Yeah, okay.
Halfway.
Too cold
Yeah.
for this guy.
I
like
got a
the weather
broken
over here.
railing going to the basement, and it's been like that for a week, and I haven't fixed it yet.
Get a big couch.
Yeah.
Oh, look what John's saying.
The bracket on the those brackets are really made well, eh? To hold the railings for stairs.
I had a
And
friend that
it
used
broke.
to do
It
that.
broke.
I had a
Sorry.
good friend of mine. He used to steal flowers from the cemetery and bring them to his girlfriend.
I just get Trudy plastic ones because they're like my love; they'll never die.
Yeah,
Oh, goodness gracious.
the smell isn't as good though.
No, I'm
I got to
lying.
use that one, Bruce.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a friend of mine who had plastic flowers one night, literally in a vase with water, and I was like, "Why?"
Well, yeah.
'Cause it looks good,
Water.
but the flowers are all dusty.
Yeah, we had a neighbor that's what they planted in their front yard in
Yeah.
pots, plastic flowers.
Just for
I got-
color.
Oh,
Just for color.
Those ones.
Yeah, that's
But,
what. Yeah, you see the
they're a little
daisies in the
old.
winter, and you're like, "What?" But crazy.
Plastic palm trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on, Brett?
What's up, Brett?
Here he is.
What are you working on, Brett? Anything?
Not really a lot today. It's too cold.
Yeah.
What's cold? What's cold?
Air temperature.
No, what cold? Wait.
Good one.
All right, that's enough
That's
of
a
that.
good one, Brett. Where you go, Brett? Oh,
Hi, Brett.
Hello.
You got heat in your house yet, Brett?
No, I had to move that back a week. Something else came up, so it's going to get handled. Although
don't
this
it
week
always?
is fairly warm up till the weekend.
We're the
Any-
opposite.
Any grass growing in Ontario there, Brett?
I
Starting.
live in Ontario.
I thought you lived in Ontario.
No, Ohio.
I thought it was
Which one is
Ontario,
it?
Ohio.
Starts with an O.
Isn't that the same thing?
It's high in the middle and round on both ends, right, Bruce?
Yeah.
I thought that was the name of the town in Ohio.
No, Toronto is the name of the town in Ohio.
Oh, okay. Well,
Toronto, Ontario.
it's all Canadian to me.
We're not talking about that.
And they just do it to confuse us foreigners.
Well, I've never even been to Toronto.
Hey, that's just like Miami, Ohio, right? I go to the University of Miami. Where is it? In Ohio.
You've been everywhere.
There's a town in Ohio. It's up around Dayton called Miamisburg.
Yeah,
no, University of Miami is
Perrysburg.
In Ohio.
Yeah, Perrysburg, Miamisburg.
Everything Berg over there, Vicksburg.
Yeah.
Just like there's a Columbus, Georgia.
Yeah, there is. Yep.
Hey, is Port Colborne on the water?
Yeah,
That's probably why
Yeah,
they call
right
it
on
Port
Lake Erie.
Colborne.
yeah, right on.
And the lake
Lake
is
Erie.
south. The lake is south of you, right?
Yeah, of us, we're about.
Yeah,
I don't know. I might be 10 blocks from the lake.
Oh, nice. And that's
So,
actually
folks, you do
that would
the-
almost be on the U.S. border then, if you're between the lake and the other end of the lake is in the States.
If you head straight out of port, the shortest distance, about 20 miles to the U.S. border in the middle of the lake. So
Right.
we've been
did
out there
that
fishing
from,
the international waters just short of it. You got to watch you don't make the mistake of going over.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get hauled off to Dundas.
And you don't
Locked up
yeah,
at
you don't have
Dundas or
unless you have a U.S.
Dunkirk,
license. right?
Dunkirk.
You don't want to do
Dunkirk.
that.
Get hauled off Dunkirk, locked up for the day. See the judge, pay $100, and then they let you go, and you get your boat back.
Yeah, boats. Have you went grouper fishing yet this year?
Oh, not yet.
No, man. I miss that about Florida grouper fishing.
Oh yeah, you lived down there before?
Yeah, I lived in Fort Myers for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't go to the Maples because I'm not that rich.
Can't afford to say it.
They can't afford to say it.
Well, you can go to a rock band concert and see a bunch of groupers.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob,
We're
on
gonna
those,
start having a tally of the dad jokes today.
the best thing to do, Bob, on those is just like in a small block Chevy. You put the hydraulic lifters in a jug of oil, and you keep pumping, and fill them up, and then you install them. That's the biggest thing. Because with the adjustment, I believe on those, you tighten it till it's tightened in like a quarter turn or something. It's a pretty, it's like a car. But they do make a heck of a difference. When you replace the lifters on a Kohler Command or something that has hydraulic lifters, it'll be night and day the sound. I mean, it'll just go.
Man.
You no more clickety clack. Yeah.
No.
We have flooding going on.
I got a
week here.
I got a video on that one. Look at it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
What was that, Brett?
Put a link out if you want.
We've actually had flooding.
Oh, I didn't know how to do that.
You had flooding.
Yeah, up the north end of town and places that are closer to the river than I am. One place was a restaurant and bar and marina, and it was halfway up the walls.
I think I saw that. That was on the news, I think.
And my church that I go to over in Wellsburg, West Virginia, that took on water. There was about 4 feet of water or better in the first floor of the church.
That's time of the season there.
There's Uncle Arch.
Martin.
How are y'all today?
Hey, John.
Hey, thanks, Arch. Appreciate it,
Snuck in
brother.
on the back there.
There's our local police officer.
That's not retired police officer.
Well, you were still in law enforcement, so
Matter of fact, the mower I went to pick up this morning, I had the deck sliced in half. I pull in, get to the mower, start to crank it. There's a privacy fence right beside me, and just over on the other side of the privacy fence was a big domestic squabble with punches being thrown and threats of a gun being involved.
Really?
And I was like, well, better go back to the truck, get my gun too.
And you know how to use it, Tom.
Johnny, did you intervene or what?
No, I'm not a police no more. It's not my job to do that.
It's like the quarterback still throwing the ball around.
Yeah, but you could say to him,
defense.
You should say my two friends here, Mr. Smith and Mr. Weston, want you to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
And you were going to talk to Mr. Scum and Mr. Bag.
Yeah.
So Mississippi's a carry state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conceal and carry. or what?
Either you can, yeah.
Either, okay.
Oh, the funny thing was, they were just over the privacy fence. I could just see the top of their heads, and he was going to leave one time, and she ran over and knocked the crap out of his truck. And he gets out and chases her back towards the residence. And then he runs back and jumps in the truck and takes off. And I'm like, he was worried about that truck. It was a piece of crap. Dents all over it, different colored fenders. Sound like a pulpwood truck. Yes, about what I felt like this morning.
So I'm guessing that was a Franken truck.
Wilson.
I got the same problem here. There's a herd of wild turkeys just come right by the house.
A little different.
A little different.
So
you had an adrenaline rush this morning.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, they didn't bother me a bit. I was worried about getting that lawnmower.
Yeah.
She said it would crank and run. Where I had to park at was like 60 yards from where the lawnmower was.
Eek.
And it wouldn't crank. And I was like, great, now I got to push the zero turn all the way to my truck.
Oh, that's not fun.
Well,
At least
luckily,
relieve the hydro, though. How many people that don't know how to relieve the hydro, and they're like,
I had one yesterday. He's like,
everybody's going to tractors, eh?
But John, you got a trailer you put it on, or you got a winch thing?
I have a hand winch I got from Harbor Freight. This piece of crap. I've used it once.
Good.
Everything else, I just push up on it.
Yeah, trailers are low.
You got to do your job here. I just got in from the cold.
John, you just need a few more videos, and then Vivor will send you a winch to do a video review.
Well, I figured Klaus probably get 3 or 4. He just send me one.
Oh, there you go, Klaus.
Vivor ain't talking to nobody these days.
Uh-oh.
Buddy of mine I used to work with last night called me.
Completely radio silence from them. Really.
Yeah.
He was having trouble. He said, I got this ultrasonic cleaner and it doesn't seem like it works. And he'd got it a while back and he tried it once. He did that good of a job. And I said, what do you got? He goes, it's a 10-liter Crew Works. He said, what do you use in yours? And I told him what I used in mine. And he goes, do you need to knock off some of the excess dirt first? I'm like, it wouldn't hurt to do that.
Yeah, I always do a rough cleaning first. What was that?
Yeah, Uncle Bob.
Yes. First, and then you throw it in there. And I told him, I said, if you don't want to wait for it to preheat, I said, put as hot a tap water as you can in from the spigot, and then that'd be just that much less time that cleaner is going to have to take to heat it up.
You know, I boil my. I was echoing there.
Yeah,
I boil my sauce for.
Somebody's echoing.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, Bruce.
You boil your socks?
My
sauce
for the ultrasonic on
the
stove. Yeah, and I take it to 70 degrees, and by the time I get it into the ultrasonic cleaner and get it turned on and do all my stuff, it's down to 55. Because everything.
Your ultrasonic cleaner will last longer if you don't use the heater.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just a load on all the resistors that are in that control board.
Yeah,
I've got one of those. You know how you can heat a cup of coffee in a mug?
Immersion heaters. Yeah,
I got one of those.
Makes the coffee taste like shit, though.
Oh yeah. 15 minutes. It's at 6 degrees, and I got a 6.5 liter. It's really fast.
Where do you put all this stuff?
What?
Where do you put all these things you have?
Klaus, you've got a big one.
What? I'm getting confused now.
Klaus is well organized. He's got a lot of storage.
I learned everything I know about hoarding tools from Hank.
Yeah.
My wife said, "How's he keep that place so clean?" I'm like, well, for one, he's probably not a hoarder like your husband, but you know.
Henry is a bad influence. I learned that this week.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys get that video that Pate released earlier this week on that big skag?
Yeah.
No.
The one he was outside doing?
Yeah, doing it right there where it's at. I'm thinking.
Yeah, my comment was, now you know why Jake and I don't do mobile service. Pain in the butt.
But he's got a garage. He
Pain in the butt.
should do some reorganizing there.
Yeah.
Are you
I
there,
don't think
Pat?
I've ever seen him work in the garage, Bruce.
No.
Today, for the
Yeah.
first time in a very long time, I worked outside.
Oh.
Yeah,
I hate
today
every,
was nice day.
I hate every single second of it.
Yeah. You're too far away from your lift.
Wayne, you'd be proud of me, buddy. I sold 3 things this week.
Oh my!
Well, you've had a.
Yeah,
How long is it going to take you to clean out that boneyard?
It's going to be a long time.
You had that video of the one I saw, the 316 John Deere, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I saw a 318 318 in the background, and then you pulled a tiller out of there.
Yep.
And man,
And the quad. Did you see the quad yet?
Yep.
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah. I got rid of that the same day I repaired it.
That's a good idea because there might be something else coming up.
So your mayor must have declared a holiday because you sold 3 pieces.
Yeah. Michigan has a new holiday.
Oh, those are all high-end pieces, eh?
My wife was so glad. She was like, "Oh my God, you sold 3 things." I'm like, "Yeah." Like, you know,
You're the hero.
Is that all yours to take?
gonna have some dinner, you know,
Food collector.
lunch?
lunch.
Is that all- Is that all yours to take from there?
Well, I went on half of it with my neighbor.
Oh,
So I paid half and he paid half. And the thing is that when I repair it and we sell it, we split the money.
How
well,
about
you're
him?
getting the raw end of the deal.
Was
You
that?
have to-
Is your neighbor repairing anything?
Well, he's selling it like by like if it just needs a little bit of work, he'll sell it and we split the money. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're
He's
kind of
selling it.
I
he
think
doesn't
you're
know how to
doing
do
more
this as I do.
You're
He's
doing
selling
more
as
than he
is.
As is, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has a lot more connections here because I only lived here 2 years, you know.
I see.
But
Yeah.
it's been so far so good. And I told him I did not want to go in half. I wanted to buy the whole thing so no one else is involved but my wife and I. But it was his cousin that passed away that had the horde. So
Oh yeah.
He's got some skin in the game then.
he got some skin in the game, man. You know, but I'm having fun. I get to have it on the show, and I still get the profits from it. You know, half of them.
Wasn't that something? Was it on the tractor that had that carburetor connected to nothing? The second
Yeah.
carburetor.
Yeah.
When I commented on your channel, I said it's a dual carb John Deere.
Dual carb, John. No, that was the quad they had.
Quad? I'm sorry. Yeah.
But that was kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
Just one.
Oh, I got a
Well,
carburetor.
most of the
The throttle was on the cable to the carburetor, and the carburetor was laying in the.
Yeah. It looks
Did
like
everybody
a
here
honey
have a nice Easter?
hole. It looks like a honey hole, but most of the things that the guy did, he kind of took stuff apart and then just left it.
Right.
I'm like, oh man, no, not another thing that's I gotta go hunting in the ground for the parts, you know.
Basket case.
Okay,
Basket.
well, we don't ask Klaus about oil now. We don't ask Brock
Yeah,
about old
no
motors.
oil questions today. Fun.
About boneyard.
Exactly. Have you guys seen this one?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
What is
That
it,
is
Klaus?
John Beer.
It's a sticker. It says John Beer.
John Beer.
Beer, yeah.
Mm.
I like that. That's good.
Well, I could have used one of them, but
There's probably about 30 John Deeres left over there. So
Really.
Wow.
How long do you have? to get
Ew.
it clean?
we got about 2 more months to get it all out.
Ooh, that's a lot of work, man.
That's why sometimes I just can't attend the show because we're just working day in and day out. You know, my back's about done again. I tell you
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
We can all relate.
What part of Michigan
If you
are
want to
you?
get rid of any of that stuff, send that over.
Yeah.
I'm in northern Michigan.
Yeah, you can still send it over.
You can trade us some tools, Henry.
Like
Yeah.
Gaylord?
You want me to send it over, Henry?
Are you
Yeah, I mean-
Gaylord?
What was that?
Gaylord?
Yeah, right by Gaylord. Yep.
Okay.
You got
Yeah.
some friends there?
No, I grew up north of Detroit.
Oh yeah. Well, I grew up in Detroit, but now that the kids went to college, we moved north. You know how it is. That's the way it is in Michigan.
Mhm.
If you live down below, when you you know, that's like a retirement place. You know, you go up north. You know.
Any 17.5 horsepower Kohlers?
Yeah, quite a bit. You
Oh,
need one?
right.
No, the one I got, I think, is 18 and a half. SV 540 dash. I forget what the other code is. I think it's
No,
3232.
530.
I put it this way: I sold
No,
more
it's
parts.
SV 540.
Yeah.
Huh.
I bet you there's
one more
there.
horsepower.
But Jake might have some guy that wants to buy the whole tractor for 400, which is a deal for us because we only got $175 repair bill into it.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
And if he wants to tear the engine apart, or we might tear it apart and rebuild it, it's likely something to do with the camshaft.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Well, Morton had
Nice
a live
machine.
stream yesterday,
Yeah.
and I stopped by for a few minutes, and I didn't understand a single word they were saying. But if they laughed, I laughed. If they didn't laugh, I didn't laugh.
They were talking about you.
Nobody
They
knew
probably
what
were.
You were the perfect spy there, John. Nobody knew what was going on.
Yeah,
Good job.
it was fun watching those.
Kenny was in there too. And he said his ears started hurting.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like when some German guy gets on it. I felt so guy. You're like, what? You know? It's like they're attacking your ears. You know?
Bless you, man.
It'll warp him if you stay too long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
German-
that was a pretty good impersonation you did there of Dr. Ruth.
Uh-oh. Dr. Ruth, oh, you mean it's in the wrong hole.
Yeah.
German poetry.
Yeah.
Ian, hello.
Okay, guys, I got to run.
Okay.
Oh, you got
It's
the
been
wrong.
a pleasure. See you next week, everybody.
Hey,
Be
Take
safe.
care, Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne.
Hey, have a
Hey,
good week.
Bruce.
God bless you,
Good
buddy.
job, buddy.
What's Bruce you got in the mail?
Yeah, that's a spark
Good,
tester.
Wayne. Tell
Spark
Miss Wayne
tester
to
from
say
Wayne.
bye.
I got to do a video on it and send it to you.
Spark tester?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened? We lost it.
Not the one that tells you if it's a bad spark plug.
The
or not.
Spark
This is
Check
just got-
R,
yeah,
right?
It's just got a
Check
gap,
her. Check
adjustable
her.
gap.
Yeah, I got one coming from Timu.
You found,
Would have never
you
got
found it on
What's that?
Timu. You found it on Timu?
Well, you know, I have the
Timu.
I have the
No,
silly
hold
knee. I
on,
have-
no, everybody quiet. Hank, this is important. Did you find it on Timu?
Yeah. I'll tell you
Send
exactly.
send me the link.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Mick
Like,
bought
let's
one.
No,
send
right?
everybody the link.
don't send him the link. Don't send him the
Timu.
link.
Oh, we need links.
You'll be
Links
looking
doesn't
at
cost
Timu for the
anything.
next 3 days.
Oh yeah.
I need that. I need that. I need one of those. I need 6 of them.
Oh,
Yeah, but
ooh,
Clem,
I have that. I'm
the
sorry,
good thing,
Bruce, I
Clem,
was
is when
into-
it's all said and done, you've only spent $12.
Exactly. I mean, I had like 13 things in my car for $67.
Morton.
I'm
Hey,
sorry, Bruce,
Morton.
I interrupted you before. Sorry.
This is an English live stream now, okay?
Who the hell is that? Oh, you know who that is, Kenny?
Snare, Zephyr.
Hey, big gun, bro.
I'll be able to
the guy-
understand them today.
That's the guy that has you beat by 66% in view accounts on live streams.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
That's all right.
At one time yesterday, I had like 98 people watching. I was like,
Wow.
It's
dang.
over 100 or something.
And only 40% could understand.
Wait till the naked ladies come out.
Yeah,
Ah,
but John, you could copy it and Google Translate. You know.
Yeah, that got old real quick.
I thought Google Translate doesn't do. What language was it though?
I have no idea.
No, was it Danish or Swedish?
It was
I thought it was Danish.
Danish knees or something.
Danish,
Yeah, but
Danish.
I didn't think Google Translate did that live.
Oh yeah, oh it does,
they probably didn't get it
Does?
right. That's why it didn't last long.
but not live.
Mhm.
It was a great stream. It was awesome. I've never had 109 watching at the same time. So
Yeah, it
Hey,
looked
Morton,
interesting.
Morton.
It looked interesting.
Your audio is breaking
Your
up.
sound still sucks though. It's chopped.
I heard a lot of lips flapping, but that was about it.
Like Max Headroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I
was
gotta
valid.
go
It was
make a
fun out.
sandwich. I'm a
It
couple hours
was
behind the Wayne.
it was nice. So
Dang it. I'm all out of popcorn.
Now,
Hey,
see,
John, last week's stream with your special guest stars, I got limited monetization
really,
because of Biden and Trump.
limited monetization.
I just
Screw you too.
Kenny, I just wanted to drop by and say 1,000 thanks for those of you who dropped by yesterday.
Well, I'll tell you, Maureen, I was having such a shit day at work yesterday. I said, why don't I listen to something I don't know what the hell they're talking about? So
Yeah.
He was right there.
Oh,
it put me in a better
Thank
mood,
you,
you know. So
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Ken. It's
Well, to
was
see,
very nice of you, of those of you who did so.
well,
Wait,
it was.
let me get this straight. They zapped on you because you had Biden and Trump.
Yeah.
Pricks.
Well, anything political like that, they try and limit your money and all that. So
Yeah,
It's a controversial subject. You're not supposed to do that.
nope.
no, actually, they came back and said, "Who the hell's this Clem guy? They demonetize him."
I can see that happening. Yeah.
I'm glad I don't do it for money because I don't care what I say, although I'm sure I'll get strikes.
Now, streams generally don't make money until after the fact, because while you're doing a live here, you can't watch an ad. So after the fact, normally then you can't hit monetize until it's over. So then once it's over, if you hit monetize within like 30, 40 seconds after it's over, it usually just goes in no problem. If you wait 2 or 3 minutes, then it goes to the censors. They got to review it. And then sometimes they come back with what's called limited, where you get like maybe 10% of what you would have got. So it's no big deal.
So they're sending money to the two candidates rather than you, or are they just keeping it?
I don't know what they're doing. They're doing something.
Any excuse to keep it.
Yeah.
Oh, Rick Roman.
Take care, Rick.
Wife and kids out for a steak dinner that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Arch, your lives are all political.
You guys want to see what?
No, if you want to catch a funny live, though, seriously, catch Arch's live tonight. He goes, at what time, Arch? About 8:30, 9 o'clock? Something around there. But he's got some really cool stuff in his lives. He really does.
You want to see what my wife got me for my birthday?
Yes.
No. Oh.
What was
That's
that?
like my Saturday evening rituals to go.
Blow up
blow it up.
rock.
Can you see it?
No.
Oh, T-shirt with
It's a shirt. All right.
Was it a picture of your wife saying, "Don't touch me"?
Yeah, that's well, that one's in the bedroom.
Hey,
nice.
nice.
Oh, that's your logo.
I've got a headache.
Where'd you go? Spreadshirt?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Blow the T-shirt up so we can see it.
Yeah, can you
Oh,
blow it up?
let's
That's
see.
your logo, though, right, Brett? All right, bro.
Yeah, it's my logo. Yep.
Ah, nice.
Well, here's the front.
Does it say Big Son's Lawn Care?
Yeah, I better not. Let's see. There's the front. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Who did your logo, bro?
And then there's the back. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Looks
Santa
good.
bottom. Was it Santa bottom?
It's
It's
just
just
nuts
nuts
and
and
bolts.
bolts.
Oh,
Looks good.
Yeah, thanks.
I thought it said it's
You're
just
welcome.
jets and boats.
That's probably why.
Stephanie's bitch.
That's probably the next one coming out after I get the bill, right?
Oh,
Which
yeah.
one, Hamley? The Arches channel? Just type in Arches Garage, like you see, and you'll see it. Arches Garage. Or John, you want to put a link out to Arches channel?
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Hey Ken, I'm gonna drop down.
Oh no.
Just before I got on, I broke the handbrake cable on my car, so I gotta order a new one. Oh,
You don't need no brake.
Just do what I do. I just don't use mine. That's all.
Yeah.
It's a standard, I bet.
Is it
Ah, there you go.
I can't do that. So
All right.
I just wanna say thanks to all of
There
you
you go,
for
Yeah.
watching my stream yesterday.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
We'll do it next week when I need
Yes,
a,
all
when
I
I need
could
a
do was
break.
watch.
All right,
When
later.
is your show on?
serve and nerve for the horror.
I'm just
What day?
Hej.
I gør det helt forkert for helvede. Det skal ikke være svensk. Det skal jo være dansk.
Huh?
Ja, det skal være dansk. Ja.
How do you say bye in Danish?
How do I say what?
Bye in Danish.
Farvel.
Farewell.
Farvel.
Farvel.
Eller,
he's already left now.
Or if you want to be polite, på gensyn.
No, I bet you that's not quite it. No. That sounds like a curse.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad one.
Take care, Morton.
Lunch.
Carol,
Again.
Pokemon, if you ask me.
That was Wayne.
That's right.
Any of you guys bilingual?
Nope.
I speak some Javanese.
I speak a little Spanish.
It's me, Sansi, go look. He charged kill Joe.
Chinese.
I know some Arabic, but it's cuss words, so I won't say it here.
No, that's good.
I speak
Okay.
about.
I was just thinking because.
Hey, look at this! Look who's here. We got the celebrity here.
When you know.
He showed up.
I'll put the link out. I don't know if you've ever done StreamYard before, but if you hit that link and you have a camera and a mic, we can actually see you. So up to you, but we're all impressed with your channel, that's for sure.
And you have to be psychologically stable to be here for.
Yeah, don't take anything
unstable.
Yeah.
Well, I put a note on her channel.
Unstable, same old.
Yeah.
I put a note on her channel a couple days ago. I invited her up.
We've all been talking about her channel on there and how it's kicking butt and how we all got to put our female counterparts on our channels to get.
Yeah, I just want to see what beer she drinks.
Yeah.
I've been watching her channel.
Oh no, everyone
has. Last week and a half, I subscribed, and I've been watching all these videos she's been doing on these steel
chainsaw
saws. Yeah,
steel saws. Yeah.
Hey, wait, Morton just called me back. Hold on a minute.
I'm telling you, that's a Swedish imitation.
So what? Sounds all Greek to me.
Yeah.
For those interested,
Danish is a little more cut and dried than Swedish.
Easter Sunday.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, from what I understand from Married with Small Engines, I think you and your husband doing it 12 years, if I'm not mistaken, and you guys are a couple hours away from Wayne. He's over there in Port Colborne. I think you're to the west of him, right? Somewhere on that way. Is that right, Bruce? Somewhere way from Brucey though. Brucey's up above
I'm 2,700 kilometers away from there.
Yeah, Brucey's above Montana. Yeah. Farvel. Is that an ice cream? No, that's Carvel.
Farvel. It means goodbye.
I thought is that a pasta? Is that a type of pasta?
That's called a
It's ice cream.
Farfalla. It means butterfly in Italian.
Farfalla. Yeah, farfalla.
Farfalla.
So Morton's a Farfalla.
No, for crying out loud.
For those
he's a little butterfly buddy.
See, I think we're scaring away Married with Small Engines. But
she's just gauging us right now.
No, that's all right. Like I said, we're here every Saturday. Yeah, around 2 p.m.
We're going to be really honest with Married with chainsaws.
Yeah, very good chainsaws.
We're at our best right now. We really are.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, we started this how many years ago, guys, with Mick? About 6 years ago, 7 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
It's been a while. And then we went to Conquer for a little while. Then I took it over. But we always have a good time.
Yeah.
Well, I got to go because, you know.
Oh, what was that? Was that Tomahawks? What is that?
We're playing with your meat, Brock.
Oh,
got the hat on. We're rock and roll.
What kind of meat is that? What is that?
That's a New York strip.
Just nuts and meat.
How much?
18 for 2. That's very good.
That's cheap. Wow.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Are you gonna smoke that, Brock?
That'd be $30 Canadian.
I'd be ashamed to smoke it.
Wait, we got Chubby Butcher. Now we got Grubby Butcher. There we go.
And for those
that is funny.
Past Sunday,
wait.
Just go 300 degrees, 6 minutes each side, dinner time.
Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
If you'll play that video again, Ken will look just like Brock.
For
Which can eat
Fahrenheit
I
cookie
did
because
not
food-
actually get a transmission yet, but this past Sunday I did mow.
Brett. This is not a
Here's
small
You got
Brett.
the mow, Brett.
I got you, Brett.
This is about cooking and the Muppet Show.
Yeah,
You're killing me, Hank.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. Ready?
No, it doesn't
Not
show.
showing anything but words, Ken.
I don't know.
There it is.
There he is. Doc and his brother.
See?
Now, what would you do if somebody made fun of your English?
Oh.
They do it to me all the time. So
Yeah.
I don't sweat it.
Well, you speak Southern.
Southernese, yeah.
Southernese.
If they don't like it, then
Y'all.
It's funny when I talk
Y'all.
to people too. They say, "Yeah, you have a Connecticut accent." I'm like, "What's a Connecticut accent?"
So it's almost a
Yeah,
Boston accent,
Oh,
but
what
not
you
as
like,
big.
Kevin?
What a Boston have it, pack the car.
Boston. Boston.
Have it. I went to Harvard. I'm gonna pack the car.
It all-
Johnny, you should
okay,
have
how do
just
you
see what
say?
happens.
I say garage.
I say
Yes.
garage, but then over in the UK they say garage.
Yeah, and then some people say
Yeah.
garage.
Yeah,
I
the
say
Garage.
garage. I say garage.
The way Hester said it the other
Wisconsin,
day,
I
I got
say
to
Mauve instead of mauve.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? You know, you talk. I always say I love the English over there accents and all that stuff. But sometimes when they say things like, car park, it's like, wait a minute, car park? We call it parking lot. They call it car
Yeah.
park.
Oh, car
You know?
park.
Okay, Spanish
Well,
still.
No,
Spanish
I was talking
still
to a
gets
friend of mine
me.
the other day, and I said, "I'll meet you in the car park." He goes, "Excuse me." You know, yeah, you know what the hell I meant? Yeah.
Well, that's
like-
because
it's like-
we drive on a driveway and we park in a parkway, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yep.
Or if you say
Yeah,
you would like, I'm just going to use
I don't
the
know
sat
that
nav
one.
to find my way around. Nobody knows what a sat nav is.
Well, you haven't gotten to the point where you're calling a couch a Davenport.
What the heck?
Chesterfield, coach.
Chesterfield
Sofa.
couch.
Chesterfield.
My grandparents always used
Sofa.
to get your feet
Sofa.
up Davenport.
Sofa. Yeah, sofa.
One,
yeah,
one that really got me was when it's muddy out and you put on your boots. In England, they put on their wellies.
Yeah, Wellington.
They're Wellingtons.
We call
Yeah.
them gum
Yep.
boots. What do you guys call them?
What is it?
Gum boots. G-U-M.
No, we just call them
We call them
boots.
rubbers.
Just boots.
boots.
Are
Covers
you
all of them.
ready? Are you ready? Go me stola.
Gum on what?
Go me stola.
That sounds.
Go meet
Oh, gum boots.
What is that? A dessert?
Gum boots.
Yeah, same thing.
No arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Oh no,
There you
please.
go.
No. You know.
Tack,
Hey,
Klaus,
no.
tack,
Take care, though.
tack.
Hey, he's got a interesting
I-
a thing going on his show right now.
Well, he's doing the
Noel.
Kohler K241.
Yeah, man. And I told him, I said you should get a hold of Ken. He knows
Best,
all about
best
those.
engine they ever built. Hey,
Yeah.
married with small engines is probably saying, "Crap, I'm not going to join this."
No, they
Oh,
Bunch
is
of
that
limited
the-
decks.
Hey, Ken, is that the 10
We're
horse?
charming. We're charming.
Yeah,
we
10
don't
horse,
fight.
yeah.
We're international.
Yeah, those that
Yeah,
don't know the Kohler
international.
on the K series,
And
the
Southern, too.
2.4, the
That's
2.4 is cubic inch.
International
One means single
and
cylinder.
Southern.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
And then the 310 is the 11,
One
right?
comes out, right.
I will join your.
That's all right. What do you use for software? Wait, actually, what's your first name? Just so we know how to call you by your first name, if we may. We
Yeah.
always like to go by first names.
We already know you're married.
Oh, she's doing a 034. Good saw.
That's Mrs.
How do you
Engine.
know if it's
Instead of calling you Mrs. Married,
Yeah.
Yeah.
wait a minute? How do you know if it's not her husband that's on there?
That's right.
it could
We
be.
don't.
Well, if it comes back with Frank,
know
I know
what?
it's the husband.
We are
Yeah.
open to anything here. We'll take whatever comes in our way.
Yeah,
So
that's
don't
right.
worry about it. Yeah.
Erica.
Sometimes we got
Erica,
Bob
okay,
down
cool.
there.
Erica.
Cool. Thank
I
you.
like that
Yeah.
name.
Sometimes we
And
got
what's your
Bob
husband's
down
name?
Bye,
Eric?
Erica. We are
Yeah, what's
kind
the-
of fun here.
What's the other
there. What are
half's
you doing
name?
over there? It's time to eat, ain't it?
Something you can say to us.
Yeah.
It's time to eat.
I think it's Tyler because she was talking about it, having him start up one of the saws in one of her videos.
Oh.
That's
His
it.
name's Tyler.
Tyler. Yeah.
But I'm just wondering though, do you guys do it out of your home, or do you actually have a shop away from your home?
It looks
Can
like
you-
it's on a farm or
wait
an
until
acreage.
they come up
Yeah,
one
yeah.
day. They'll tell us.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I'm just saying. Yeah, I
It's
love the
not an
channel.
interrogation.
Yeah, Ken, you're
I
going to
gotta
scare them
go,
off
guys.
now.
We don't interrogate people until they are up here.
They'll shine some bright lights in their eyes.
Yeah.
Hi, Brock.
Like
I appreciate
Hello.
everybody.
Bye, Brock. Enjoy,
Take it.
Bye now.
enjoy the New
See you
York
later.
trip.
Yeah.
Enjoy the steaks.
We got a member on this panel that can afford beef.
I was going to say, I can't afford it. The only beef I get is from the Chinese restaurant. And it's kind of dark and it's kind of looks like beef, but I don't know what it is.
Cat.
Yeah.
Rat.
Who knows? We used to call it mystery meat. The roach
Rat on
coach.
the-
The
rat on
roach
the
coach.
stick.
Every Friday, we would have the roach coach with
Pardon
a
me.
coffee truck. We called it the roach
Sorry,
coach.
guys.
Oh,
And,
look
it-
at
and every Friday, he would have mystery meat, which was meat on a stick with some kind
Yeah.
of like teriyaki or something like that. Delicious. But we always said, do not ask what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
My daughter was in China for 4 years,
Oh,
and
cool.
I said to her, "Have you
Nice.
ever eaten dog?" And she says, "Not to my knowledge."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then you say, have you had Chinese?
I mean, do you know how the Chinese part out a chicken?
With a knife.
They're ready.
Yes, but they will boil or fry the whole chicken, bone in and all,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they will chop it.
Oh,
bone
chop the hell out of
in.
it.
Yeah, they don't.
Yep.
So,
There's
so whenever
no.
you're eating with the chopsticks, you kind of go.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm.
Interesting. But
I'm
yeah,
not sure-
Erica,
I'm not-
we are here every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern time normally. And what I try and do, the new format that we try and do, is talk about small engines
1
for the
hour.
first hour, meaning, what have you done this week? What have you worked on? Yada, yada. Not trying to give away videos and things, but just stuff you've done. And after that first hour, then the, what would I say, hubris or the banter, if you will, starts. And that's
It can be anything. It can be food.
we're in that phase now that goes for the last hour, and it
Oil.
lasts usually 2 hours. And then
Corn,
when we get all said and
we
done,
take everything.
when we get all said and done, and this thing up
Corn?
here turns gray, if you're in the chat with us and it turns gray, then all bets are off, because that means we're not live anymore, and we could just throw, whatever we want.
Each of us under the bus.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah, the after
we have a good
party
time,
is
though.
where
We
it
have a good
really
time.
happens.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
mud
yeah.
flinging begins.
Yep. But I tell you what, I'm impressed by your numbers, though. My gosh, I just unbelievable. It's almost like watching James Condon, because I've been friends with James for a few years now, and I'll watch his video on a Thursday during coffee break at work. I don't have that long of a coffee break, but anyway,
Coffee hour. Come on.
I was going to say, yeah, no, but anyway, I'll sit there and watch James. As I'm watching it, the views are like 10, 30, 50, 90, 120. I'm like, oh my God, it's just crazy with the number of views and things. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is fun.
Let's see. Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Oh, cool. Worked on Wait. Erica, do you have a sister in her 50s? Not married? Just saying.
You know what? It's much more fun to work in the back than it is to work the front end.
Oh, I'm not going to touch that. I'm not going to touch that.
Guys.
If Mick was here, Bruce, oh my
Yeah.
God.
He's here.
Oh, wait,
He just commented.
There you go. Crazy.
I didn't even think of that until after I said it.
Sure you didn't.
See that?
Yeah, right.
I'm getting old now. I'm a little slow.
It's gold, Jerry, gold. There we go. Anyway. Crazy. But I'm glad
I just throw up my hands and claim to be the foreigner, and then all is forgiven.
Yeah, Brucey, how'd you get hold of her?
I just put a comment on her channel and invited her up on Saturday on Ken's Small Engines.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
I said Saturday
her
about
a couple
noon.
months ago. I invited her a couple months ago. Then Wayne
what-
invited her. and
What
now you
time zone,
invited her.
Erica? What time zone are you in? What time is it right there where you are? It's 3:38 here.
Oh, I got a phone call. Gotta go.
Uh-oh.
Adieu.
I thought that was a Jeopardy theme song.
Yeah.
What? Let's see. Yeah, what time is it there, Erica? Because I know it's 3:38 here, Eastern time, Connecticut, and we go on at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So I know Brucey's 2 hours behind us. Klaus is 6 hours ahead of us. What about you, Brett? You're what, an hour behind us?
I'm with you guys.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I'm an hour behind you, Clint.
Yeah, Mississippi. Yep. But we got all over the world, though. We got the UK, we got Denmark, we got Australia, we got all over. Oh, same time zone. Okay, cool. In fact, it's funny you talk about Canada. I've got a crew from Canada coming down to work on one of my machines this week. They're from, it's a Quebec area called Granby. That's where they're located. It's about 6 hours north of here. They're coming down Tuesday to work on a machine of mine. So that'll be interesting. It's funny because I joke with them when they come down. I go, "Did you have a good drive, eh?" And they look at me. And,
Hey.
Eh?
But it is funny that we don't have any more continental Europeans.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange. I mean,
I had
Germans,
come by today that were looking to buy a lawnmower, and I'm trying to talk to them, and they're speaking Spanish, and I'm trying, and they're having me talk to their phone since it'll translate.
Brett, did I interrupt you or did you interrupt me?
I don't know who interrupted who.
It's hard to tell when you're sometimes.
If I interrupted you,
Yeah.
Klaus, I apologize.
No, and same way here. And no, I'm just saying that it's weird there hasn't been a German here or.
Yeah, but when was the last time we saw a
Probably will be.
German small engine channel? Seriously, do we know any?
None. No, I don't. Well, then again, I don't search them out because I mean I do.
I guess my question is a German channel with English speaking, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
there's probably a ton of them, but I wouldn't know to do that. You know?
Yeah, me neither. I know what a lawnmower is called in German, but maybe we should try.
Okay. Cool.
Clippo.
I've been to
Rasenmäher.
I love Toronto, but though you take out the first O. Toronto.
Rasenmäher.
Actually, that's how a lot of us in this town say it.
Oh, they're in line for the eclipse. Cool.
Oh, they would. Yeah, they would, Brett.
Everybody here, though, with this stupid eclipse, the hotel prices have tripled. You can't get one. I mean, the price of gas.
There's a million people going into Niagara Falls.
All over the place. Crazy.
I mean, I saw one when I was in the third grade. Why didn't you send another one for?
But we had the earthquake.
I did the 2017 one.
Yeah, we had the earthquake yesterday, and everyone was talking about that 4.8 on the Richter scale.
I got to ask Hank, what is iGoPro?
That's the site I went to get that.
iGoPro.com.
To get to what?
Hey, Charlie.
To get the checker, spark checker. And Mick, that's where Mick picked one up for $45.
Oh, Mick.
I can't find that.
Throw it up there. It's the Danish I have trouble understanding, or I have problem understanding.
I know.
I'm half Danish.
Mick, I'll give you a course one day. Don't worry about it. I'll give you a course one day.
I speak Danish, prune and apricot.
Oh, you make a joke.
Yeah, but like I said, that eclipse there, a friend of mine's taking the day off driving up to Vermont, and he said literally where the line of sight is for the eclipse, the hotels are $300 to $400 a night, where normally they're $60 a night.
And that's for nothing to see? Great.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, just stop along the highway, get out and look at it, and get back in and leave.
Yeah.
Burn.
We're not supposed to get full totality where I'm at. But
they said 78% here. They said 78.
But
hey, Erica,
Ohio will see the full effect.
Yeah.
There's a buddy of mine who's actually he actually went out and got the fancy filters and stuff for his camera. I guess he's actually going to try to record it and put it up on his channel.
Put a camera in your welding mask.
No. I did that on the 2017.
Did that once.
Ken, I sent you a picture of my glasses I got for the eclipse.
Hold on.
I made a pinhole camera when I was a kid with a cardboard box.
I just put on my welding helmet.
Well, like the Eskimos, right? With the slits. They have those little slits in there.
Welding helmet.
I think Klaus said there, we had an eclipse in '93 that was pretty intense, and I threw a welding helmet with a lens in it, and I was okay.
They were handing out eclipse glasses at the market last week that looked like the 3D kind. I'm like, I would trust something like that to look at the sun.
There you go, Klaus.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody here selling for like $2 a pair.
Here you
like,
guys.
Why?
We had an eclipse here in 2017, and I took 2 pairs of welding glasses, a 9 and a 3, because they said you needed a decibel of 12. And I did a video. Here it is right here. And right at the end, I actually put the camera behind the 2 welding glasses, and you can see the eclipse in my video there. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that because it's kind of fun. I look a lot younger. It was 7 years ago.
No. You were still retired though, right, Bruce?
Yes, sir. I've been retired for 14 years.
Ooh, nice. Well, that's right. You got early retirement. That's
I
right.
got it. Yeah, they paid me to quit.
That's what the guys at my place want. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Imagine getting paid to quit and you're 53 years old.
Look like you have more hair, Bruce.
Yeah. Go to the end. Go to the end there. You can see the eclipse there.
Ken, I actually tried to cut with the Time Master this past Sunday.
You growing grass already?
Yeah. Even though I kind of had to push it,
Yeah.
I like the cut. I do like the quality of cut.
Did the propel didn't work?
Closed caption.
No, I told you that. I told you that tranny's weak.
Oh yeah, I thought you swapped it out. Didn't you have another one to swap out?
No. I didn't do that yet because I had other expenditures to deal with.
There you go.
But that is coming, and I'm debating on whether to do a video on it or not because Terrell already did one.
Yeah, but you know we've all done. Brucey's done one or two on carb cleaning, so it's all right.
Yeah.
Where is Steve? Steve was here earlier, Erica. He stops in and out, but I bet you if he knew you were here, he'd come back.
What?
No, he usually he's sometimes he's in the background depending. He's 3 hours from us, so it's only 11. What time is it? 3, almost 4 o'clock. So it's coming up on 1 o'clock his time. He's all the way, Vancouver, all the way on the west side.
He's on Vancouver Island.
Vancouver Island.
With you guys' permission, I think the next time I shoot a YouTube video, I think I'm going to take a few minutes at the beginning of it and do like what I call a global shout out. And I'm going to plug you guys' channels in that video and live stream.
Nice. Go for it.
Because I can, now that I've actually seen you guys and everything, I consider you guys my YouTube family. So
yeah, you don't have to plug my channel. It's okay.
Well, no, both videos are very interesting.
Yes.
Yes, both are. Yes.
And some of us are on the Patreon, and we got exclusive cuts of videos. Some of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I put up on wasn't really shop related. There's two, other than the cat, was probably when I reviewed that carpet machine and that little video I did here a while back of a Keurig coffee brewer that I had.
Product review.
Which, by the way, I'm going to fire that up later and make a cup of hot chocolate.
Well, I forgot I got my cup of tea, which isn't too hot right now.
Cup of tea.
I'm out.
Anywho.
I'm on Guinness number 1.
Wow. So yeah, Erica, we hang out from 2 to 4, and then from 4 till whenever we go gray, which is just private chats, and we see where it goes. But you're welcome anytime. We're here every week, and usually it's the same cast of characters. Sometimes Steve will come on, Mick will come on, some of the heavy hitters, and we go from there. Arch,
and virtual arm wrestling and stuff. Yeah. It's really good.
We try and talk about at least one thing each of us that we've done during the week that has either stumped us or we have a question for the group. And we talk out of here as well. We try and help each other when there's issues. That's all.
I can clean a Tecumseh carburetor.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. My email's right up here, Erica. You see it.
Hey, Klaus.
You can email me if you want to send you.
I have not had an adult beverage in 2.5 weeks.
Oh, and Erica, you might want to check out
Here's a real quick one, Bruce. Why?
Hold on. Hey, look at this. Look at this.
I'm on a medication switch.
From my mouth to God's ears. Look at this.
Yeah.
There we are.
There he is. The stars are out. Who needs an eclipse?
Yeah, we were just talking about that, Ken, and here he is.
Yeah, you got to be careful with medicines and alcohol, Bruce.
Mr. Steve.
Yeah. Come on up, Steve. Then you say hi to Eric.
Yeah, there's a lot more old drugs around than there are old doctors.
Before the James come up. Last week.
Who is it?
James Condon. I think it was last week he came up.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, this week I know his kids had the spring break down there where he is.
Right.
This week it's my area. The kids in my area have the week off.
His intro was a lot like mine. Hi, guys.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I can actually do his voice.
But it's like you're getting a massage. It's like you're getting a massage. Like, hi, Joe.
If you want to chill out, just watch one of his videos.
Here's my James impression, and I do this out of respect. Hey guys, welcome back.
That's
So
good.
today,
I'll give you a 6.5.
Okay, everybody's going to do a James imitation.
No.
No.
When you're not here, Hank, you should see what we say about you.
Oh, that's because we like it.
Hey!
as far as the
Hank,
first,
I will say one thing for Hank.
Good one, Bruce.
I can do a good flippers.
That's my kind of humor.
Hey,
But-
you always
but-
hurt the one you love.
Yeah.
Hank, I will say one thing. You got to get your mic sorted.
What's the matter with my mic now?
Not now.
Oh.
In the video.
Oh.
What video?
The last video.
Yeah.
No way.
I could
I
can do slippers
in the
pretty
beginning.
good from Carol's channel.
Beginning, it was very low. I mean, like I can't turn it up anymore, and I could hardly hear you low.
I was having the same trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Hank, don't you have
so
those
Hank,
Rode
so
or
Hank,
whatever
next time you're hauling away aisle 8 from Harbor Freight,
Yeah.
go buy a good mic. Okay.
I think, hey, Klaus, I think it's because he has 17 mics. He can't pick one he likes.
Ooh, you almost said the F word.
Yeah, he did.
Most likely, yeah.
Hi, kitty cat.
Oh well, I'm gonna have to do something about that again.
What was it?
It's good someone on this channel tells you.
Hey,
Instead of a
right
subscriber.
after you got I'm sorry, Bruce, right after you got the one from Kenny, the one you said that couldn't hold its charge.
No, that was John Clem.
Sorry, from John.
I think he sent me a mic too, didn't he?
Yeah, apparently I sent him faulty equipment.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Al McLean, I think, that sent me a mic.
Yeah.
But the sound then when you start using that was really good because you could hear everything.
I don't have much mic trouble.
Well, I do have $100 Rode.
Hi, kitty.
Of course you do.
I do, and
Yes, of course.
that's when I use it outside. Not inside.
Use it both outside, inside. It works both.
I guess. I'll see.
I mean,
it tells me about what people use. They always think other people think you should use what they have.
Yeah.
No, well, you can use what I have, but I'm using it myself. But sorry, Bruce.
What?
I'm too cheap to buy Rode because that's so expensive. Hold up, man. I got the.
Where's Stella today?
She's at her cousin's house.
Oh,
she's going picking weeds out of a town garden. She's picking weeds out of a town garden.
Yeah, she called up and said she's going to a hippie commune to pick weeds, and I go, cannabis? She goes, nah, just regular weeds.
Weed here, mushroom there, weed here, mushroom there.
There you go. But I guess it's a big thing in the community that her cousin lives in. It's a yearly thing they do, so whatever.
They only smoke it once a year. Jesus, that's a lousy commune.
I seen a thing earlier this week, not on YouTube, but a kid come into the shop and he had some Matchbox cars with him. I immediately thought of slippers.
Yep. Slippers off of
Hot Wheels are more popular around here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can hear slip. Hey guys, Earl and Jay Slippers here, and I just picked up these bad boys here.
That's a good impression. I'll give you that. I like that one.
Good for the collection here.
That's a good one.
You get an 8 out of 7.
Yeah, there you go.
Pterodactyl here, and today's video is gonna be on this.
Do an impression of Mick.
That's not as good as Slipper.
Do a Mick impression, Brett.
I'd have to.
I saw that, Mick. Did you just about screw up?
What did he say? I missed
Well, it's message retracted.
Darn.
No.
I'm gonna go over to YouTube and see what he said.
Neighbor across the street just fired up his Troy Belt rear engine rider.
Lucky him.
No, yeah, Eric is asking if Terrell ever showed up. That's the holy grail. If I could ever get Terrell to show up on here, oh my God, I'd be a
He's
star.
been on the Christmas show.
He's on Mixed Christmas Special.
Yeah.
Mick has been threatening him a couple of times to show
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Mick just had an emergency operation here about 3 days ago.
Oh yeah.
Who was that?
Mick.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Was a rectalectomy, wasn't it?
Oh,
yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I told
5 minutes there.
But I told Mick, I said you gotta, because they thought he may have had an infection. I said 100.4 is like the thing. When my daughter had her chemo and stuff, 100.4 was the magic number. If you ever had a temperature of 104, you go to the hospital because you got an infection. So I said to Mick, make sure you keep checking your temperature, but don't lick the thermometer. All right.
For all the good those things do, you might as well.
Oh.
Have you ever had Bree show up here yet? I mean, it will come on panel anyway.
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day. Back in the day.
Yeah.
That's all we'll say.
Yeah.
Mick took his tent with a turkey baster.
Ooh. Yeah, this stream has evolved, if you will.
Yeah. It does.
We've moved.
I've been here since the beginning, baby.
And I turned around.
Yeah, I'm fixing that to go anyway. Give y'all a break.
Well, we got 5 minutes left, guys and gals. So.
Hey, Charlie.
But I will say, I mean, when Terrell's here, he's all in character.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They don't step out of character, so it's.
Neither do I.
Oh, Mick, promises.
I wonder what that dude looks like in real life.
Out of his eyes.
There's a picture on Google of him without his tire on.
Yeah, I got a
picture. And his real shop name, it has a funny name, like Tim Small Engine Bonanza.
He actually has. He has. They write a script, eh?
Hello, Wisconsin. Oh yeah, no, it's a whole.
Hello, Tony.
I just click record and go.
Yeah.
DeMont, Indiana.
Yeah.
Same idea.
John too. We're not gonna announce that, okay, Brett? We want to keep that private if we can. Because you just don't want that to be out there for the world to start giving all kinds of crap to them.
Okay, well, edit.
So, it's live, Brett. So,
sorry.
Anywho, that's all right.
Nope.
Anywho,
all good.
Hello to Tony. Where's Tony? What's the evaluation? What are we talking about? What's that, Tommy? Evaluation?
Evaluation? Uh-oh. Is that a test I have to study for? I haven't studied.
Cheese curds. Yeah, Wisconsin.
Cheese curds.
He just had them up there. Mick did. It went by too quick. Some bloke, and then then the text disappeared.
Nope, not the real hair.
Is that not Terrell's real hair? He's too old to have that much hair.
And he's too young to have those teeth.
Or any teeth.
Or any teeth, yeah.
But anywho, what do we got? 3.5 minutes. Almost there, guys. Almost there.
You can kill it. It's not like it's peltering in with.
There's no rules.
I know.
Kenny rules.
You got to go a little longer because Trudy's cleaning the house and making supper at the same time. So
is that like this? Is that like this? Rubbing your belly and rubbing your head?
Every husband knows this. You just gotta, keep busy while the work's getting done.
Not again, Bruce. Now we have to be here for another hour.
Charlie.
What's he saying? Thoughts on what's a Toro Multiforce? What is that?
Keep cleaning, Trudy. We're not quite done yet.
Anybody know what a Toro Multiforce?
Did you hear her laugh?
Yeah.
Heard her, yeah.
Something over there.
Well, it's got one of those Toros that you can get the interchange to a snow blower, to a lawnmower, to a thatcher.
I'm looking it up now. Hold on.
Mr.
Kind of like Toro.
No, it's a stand-on mower. Stand-on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's flashy.
I have never seen one in real life over here ever. We don't get those.
Kind of like a snow blower down here.
Yeah.
That kind of looks almost like a Lesco I worked on several years ago.
Yeah, it all depends on the engine and tranny and all that stuff.
I had a young kid tell me that my stuff's all vintage. And then I thought, yeah, the new John Deere is 30, and my old John Deere is 40.
I've seen one at the dealer, but here, Tony, most of the people that have the walk-ups, they're usually like Walker or some of the other brands. I haven't really seen many Toros around here. I've seen them at the dealer, but I haven't seen one in use.
I don't use a Walker.
Yeah. Oh, not yet.
It looks a lot like a Walker, actually.
Yeah, the Walkers are the most popular.
The Toro looks a lot like a Walker.
Does it?
Hey, I could take that to the store.
Each other.
Say again, Hank?
They all steal ideas from each other. When I used to make the Salsco machines, we stole from Ranson and a few others, and then called it our own.
Put that back up.
No, it's just like having a YouTube channel then. It's the same.
That looks a lot like an X-Mark Vantage.
Yeah, but I thought Toro and X-Mark share parts.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that the Vantage is kind of X-Mark's answer to that.
Yeah.
Look at how many
hey, Mega New
good
Zealand.
and bad ideas that Kohler has stolen from Briggs and Honda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, we got 30 seconds, guys and gals.
Bruce, I like that thing you had up. It's been a while back. That one Craftsman mower you had up there that was orangish, orange and red, or red. Oh, Tecumseh.
Yeah, that thing was made by
Roper, wasn't it?
Yeah, Roper.
Hey, Mega. All right, 2 hours is up. We're going to end
I'm
it.
going to sell it. I'm selling it right in a couple of weeks.
All right, we're gonna say goodnight to everybody. But Erica, next week we're here. We start at 2 p.m. your time, my time, over on the East Coast. So what I normally do, if you go on my channel and you go on where it says live, you'll see the link and you can click on it. And I always send out the link. If you want to send me an email address to kensmallengines@gmail.com with an extra S on the end, engines, I'll be glad to send you information either way. But thanks for showing up. Thanks to everybody. Klaus, Hank, Mr. Clem, Boats, good seeing you again. It's been a while. Mr. Brucey and Brett, maybe we'll see you guys tonight on Arch's stream. I like to look at Arch's stream and have a good laugh because it's a hell of a stream every Saturday night. But anyway, take it easy, everybody.
Everybody take care. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
And